In this class, let us learn nuclear fission. It is the process in which a heavy nucleus breaks into two nuclei. For example, uranium-235, when bombarded with neutrons, two nuclei, barium and krypton, are produced. Along with the products, three other neutrons are produced and energy is also released. In the same fission process, the products may be different. Anyhow, for the products, the binding energy per nucleon is high, or the stability is high, or the products lie in the middle mass region. That is, we learned that in the binding energy curve, heavy nuclei are less stable because the binding energy per nucleon is low. It attains stability by nuclear fission. Then the products will be in the middle mass region, and here the binding energy per nucleon is high. So in this process, energy is released, and the released energy is approximately 200 mega electron volt. It is very high compared to the energy released in conventional source. 1 kilogram of coal on burning produces 10 raised to 7 joules of energy, while 1 kilogram of uranium produces 10 raised to 14 joules of energy. And during fission, 2 or 3 neutrons are produced. These neutrons can cause fission in other uranium nuclei, and thus the process can continue. Such a type of reaction is known as chain reaction. That is, a neutron causes fission in one uranium nucleus. 2 neutrons produced during fission can cause fission of other uranium nuclei, and thus the neutron number multiplies, or the reaction rate also increases. And if the reaction is uncontrolled, then enormous, huge amount of energy is released, and that is why a large amount of energy is released in atom bomb. And if the reaction is controlled, then the energy release is steady, and we can use it for constructive purpose, and that is the principle of nuclear reactor. Now let us see nuclear reactor. It is a device in which nuclear energy is converted to electrical energy. The important parts. First one, nuclear fuel. Uranium rods are used as nuclear fuel. Uranium-235 is used as the fuel. The second part is moderator. Neutrons produced in the fission of uranium-235 is of high energy, and these fast neutrons should be slowed down, because a slow neutron can cause fission in uranium-235, and thus the reaction can continue. The fast neutrons may escape from the system. So the fast neutrons are slowed down by elastic collisions, and that is the function of moderator. Water, heavy water or graphite can be used as moderators. Another part is control rod. It controls the reaction by absorbing excess neutrons. That is, in the reaction, neutron multiplication factor should be 1. Then the reaction is said to be critical, and that is the condition for controlled chain reaction. If multiplication factor is greater than 1, then the reaction is supercritical and the chain reaction is uncontrolled. If the multiplication factor is less than 1, then the reaction is subcritical and the reaction will die out after some time. So to control the reaction, cadmium rods are used as control rods. And the fourth part is coolant. Coolant transfers heat energy to external system, that is to water, and which produces the steam and which runs the turbine, and thus electricity is generated. Heavy water or liquid sodium can be used as coolant. Then fifth part, it is protective shield. That is, the reactor core should be protected from the surroundings because the products of the fission reaction are highly radioactive. So to protect the environment from radiations, a protective shield should be there. And this is the nuclear reactor. And this is the core of the nuclear reactor. In the core, fuel rods are there. Control rods are there. Fuel rods are kept in the moderator. So the neutrons produced in the fission reaction passes through the moderator, and the energy of the neutrons are reduced, and the slow neutrons can cause fission in other uranium nucleus, and the reaction can continue. To control the rate of the reaction, the control rods are used. To reduce the reaction rate, the control rods are inserted into the core. And the coolant, which absorbs the energy from the core, and the coolant, hot coolant, is passed through the container containing water, and the coolant transfers heat energy to water, and the water thus converted to steam. So this is the steam generator, and the high energy steam runs the turbine, and the turbine is connected to generator, and thus electricity is produced. Then the steam is condensed and cooled to water, and then it is forced back to the steam generator. The hot coolant transfers energy, and the cold coolant is forced back to the core of the reactor. So this is the primary loop in which the coolant transfers heat energy to water in the steam generator, and this is the secondary loop, and here the steam produces electricity, and then the water is forced back to the steam generator. And another nuclear reaction is nuclear fusion. Two light nuclei fuse to form a heavy nucleus. In the binding energy curve, we learned that light nuclei are less stable. So they combine to form heavy nucleus so that the binding energy per nucleon increases or stability increases. So two hydrogen nuclei fuse to form another isotope of hydrogen, that is deuterium. In this reaction, a positron and a neutrino is also produced, and energy is also released. But the conditions for the nuclear fusion reaction is high temperature and high pressure. And in this condition, the matter will be in the plasma state. And this is the source of energy generation in stars. That is, at high temperature only, nuclei can overcome the electrostatic force of repulsion, and they can come within the range of nuclear force, because nuclear force is a short range force. The nuclear force is the strongest force. So at this high temperature, the nuclei can come closer so that they can come within the range of nuclear force. Then this Coulomb repulsion can overcome, and then they can fuse together. So this reaction is known as thermonuclear fusion. And this deuteron can combine with a proton to produce a helium isotope, 2He3, and two helium isotopes fuse together to form the stable helium nucleus 2Ha4. And this is the series of reaction happens in the interior of sun, and this reaction is known as proton-proton cycle. Thank you.